Good morning, dreamers. How are you today? Oh, I hope your weekend was lovely and filled with restful things. Those of you that had to work, I know that it's not the same. And those of you with little children that you're running after constantly, there's not a lot of rest there. But I do pray that you had spiritual rest and that you were able to connect with the Creator and with those around you in a really special way, even if you didn't get a nap. Naps are lovely, but they do belong to a specific season of life, and certainly not the season where you're chasing after children. I have a feeling my kids are about to become chased after. I'm in that sweet spot, right, where they're very independent and they don't want to hang out with mom a whole lot, and so mom has some free time for herself. So I do get naps. But as soon as they cross over that precipice into, Mom, can I go here? Can I go there? Can I see? Mom's nap times will be over. There were so many things I had happen this weekend. It was a beautiful weekend spiritually and just in understanding things. And even right from my health and wellness class on, it's not a class, a group on Saturday morning, all the way through to conversations I was having last night, late into the evening. And there were so many beautiful things God was teaching me. And like right down to what's the difference, like even this morning, I'm reading in Job and how he talks about wisdom, and knowledge is knowing something literally. Wisdom is taking what it says and understanding what it means, right? Like right down to that, and just having it work out in real everyday life. And I think there's a lot of people who look at holy texts with knowledge and they take a literal understanding. But where's the wisdom? What does it mean, right? My brother was talking about that on Saturday afternoon on our chat, and he's just like, you can take this and say this, and I can argue your point, but then we've both missed the overarching meaning of the holy text, right? And if there's a message to us from the Almighty, we're missing it because we're so focused on, well, what is the literal, right? And so sometimes we need to dig deeper to get the message. And all this stuff was flying around my head this weekend. Oh, my head was so full. And I thought, what am I going to talk about on Monday morning on Dreamers? Like several people, I wrote, I see a Dreamers coming on. But I don't plan these. I know you think I do, but I don't. Like, they are in my understanding, but really I'm just having coffee with my friend. Hello, good morning. Hope you're doing all right. It's a check-in. And this morning when I woke up, and even when I went to Job to do some reading, and there was this other part of the text that was deep in my belly. And I just stopped and I went, okay, God, lots of stuff I'm learning, a lot of knowledge, but what are you trying to show me? Where's the wisdom? And the verse, when I stopped to really listen to what God was saying, came from Psalm 96. Let the heavens be glad and the earth rejoice. Let the sea and everything in it shout his praise. Let the fields and their crops burst out with joy. Let the trees of the forest sing for joy before the Lord, for he is coming. Last night I was at the park with Jimmy. And the beautiful trees. I said, let's walk through the trees. The swings were taken. He really, really wanted the swings. And he's like, this is why we come in the winter, because nobody's in here in the winter. And it was very full. He was frustrated. I said, let's walk through the trees. And there was such beauty. There was a breeze and the leaves were making beautiful music. And it was just lovely to walk through the trees, minus the mosquitoes, but that's whatever. But there's this one tree and it has been shorn of its branches. Probably had some sort of sickness that they didn't want passing to the other trees. So it was one tree straight up. And Jimmy's like, that tree must be sad. And I looked and went, yeah. Oh. And I literally went and put my hand on it. And I do not worship the creation, okay? I personify a lot of things, and I see things as pictures of other things in life. And I put my hand on the tree and I said, you are still beautiful. You've had so many things removed from you, and yet I see spiders and ants and creatures of all kinds living in your bark. You are still home. You are still a rescue. Now, if those creatures were in my house, they would be squashed and sent away, down the toilet, into the garbage. You see, this broken, chopped up thing still stood tall and pointed people to the sky. If you followed your eye all the way up, you would see a beautiful pink and blue dusky sky. And you would see the floating clouds and the birds. You'd still see beauty looking at this leafless, barren tree. And you would still see that it is shelter for all the little creatures that nobody likes, nobody wants. The creatures that others squash and set aside. And so when I woke up with this verse, this passage on my heart, I was like, oh, wow. But the trees of the forest sing for joy before the Lord, for he is coming. Do you feel done in? Do you feel like I cannot do another week? I can't do this. I have no branches. I have no leaves. I am barren today. You are home to someone and to something. So keep going. Keep standing tall. Keep breathing. The Lord is coming. And he will restore your branches, and he will restore your leaves. And all those little creatures that come to you for rescue and for shelter that nobody else wants. He will restore them as well, for they too are part of his creation. That's, when I stop and listen, my calling today. Shelter for those that people don't want. God made them. They are valuable. And he made them just right. Have some wonderful dreams. And stop and listen. What do you really want me to hear, God? What's the difference between what I read, literally, and know, and what's the knowledge you want me to have? My knowledge is that God makes this heart beat for anyone who doesn't fit. You're welcome here. Come on. Come on. Bring it in. Oh, love you. Have some sweet dreams. Bye.